Well, if the Munich miracle is to happen for Arsenal, they'll be relying on a number of factors coming into play, amongst them perhaps Bayern Munich resting on their laurels, and also Arsenal's defence being stronger than it has been in recent times. Bayern protecting a 3-1 lead. Their two changes from the first leg are both enforced. Frank Ribery is injured and Bastian Schweinsteiger suspended. So former Chelsea winger Arjen Robben, who struggled to get into the first team picture this season, makes only his 12th start. Luis Gustavo, who's just been recalled to the Brazil squad, comes into the midfield. Thomas Muller, who scored at the Emirates, has scored in the last 3 Champions League matches. Arsenal have left Thomas Vermaelen out 10 days after the defeat to Tottenham in the North London derby. Lucas Fabianski returns in goal for the first time in over a year, and Kieran Gibbs makes an earlier than expected return from a thigh injury. Santi Cazorla and Theo Walcott play, despite speculation they might be rested. Thomas Rosicky has scored in his last 2 Champions League starts, including last year's near miss in the attempted comeback against Milan. So well in domestic matches. Neat little flick on to Aaron Ramsey from Cazorla, and here's Rosicky. Ball to Theo Walcott, and what a start that is for Arsenal as Giroud tucks it home. And could this be the beginning of something special?
Well, a stunned stadium here. It's magnificent football. You talk about quality from the very first pass.
Muller does now go central, but Kroos goes for goal, and Fabianski will be happy to get that save under his belt.
Yeah, well, that's a couple of players now who've lost the footing.
This is Lahm. Offside, Thomas Muller.
It's a tight one, I think.
Robben beaten to it, but caught by Aaron Ramsey.
He walked on the pitch before. It is very hard surface, but slipping. You see players are losing the footing.
Lifted in towards Mertesacker, just beyond his reach.
The home fans, but not at the moment.
Yes, it was positively throbbing in the build-up to kick-off, but
Arsenal can't keep giving it away. It's just coming back at them.
free kick given away by Rosicky, and judging by Walcott going for the target but missing the target. Cleared by Mertesacker. Muller, though, still pressing. Fires it into the side netting.
90% of the problems that they're having, Arsenal, are created from their own play, their own missed clearances. Here it is again.
A good scoreline for Arsenal, but there have been one or two worrying signs for them since then. They've conceded another free kick here through Arteta. And this is Theo Walcott. And again into a decent area for Giroud, just beyond his reach.
Here is the outlet, looks absolutely inch perfect. Kieran Gibbs let it run across his body. Do have to try and get him on the ball all the time, Cazorla.
Gibbs, but he was slightly off balance. Gibbs retrieving that against Robben, but all in all, that's a dream first half for Arsenal. They got the early goal. The man who'd called for the early goal provided it, Olivier Giroud. And at half-time, Arsenal lead 1-0, but Bayern still lead 3-2 on aggregate. Well, Bayern Munich have never lost a home game in this competition by more than 2 goals. Arsenal have never won the away leg of a knockout tie in the Champions League by more than 2 goals. And Jupp Heynckes knows that his side's opponents have to score 3.
That's the big thing for me in the first half that Arsenal were delighted with. There was absolutely no atmosphere in this stadium. It felt strange, as if...
Here's Arjen Robben looking to thread a way through, and that was close.
Depth there, but with Arjen Robben running out, it's difficult to get up towards the ball. It's Mertesacker. Eventually, I think it's Jenkinson.
Carrying the great threat. Toni Kroos capable of hitting them. And again, narrowly off the target.
He wasn't closed down. Toni Kroos, plenty of time to set up his shot. Put together passes in central midfield and take those Bayern midfield players out of the game.
And then Zukic down, having claimed a high boot from in. Finding Cazorla. It's only going to be a free kick, but it's going to be a yellow card as well for... And Muller goes for the hit.
Again, Arsenal restricting Bayern.
Here's Rosicky. Caught by Luis Gustavo. Free kick in a decent position for Arsenal.
Just tries to win it, Gustavo. Didn't need to. Could have controlled Rosicky. Giving a free kick away in a dangerous area.
It is Santi Cazorla, but it's against the... And Robin brings it clear.
Certain yellow for Rosicky. He'd been warned in the first half. Even without the warnings in the first half, that was always going to be it.
Here's Lahm. It's Luis Gustavo looking to place one.
Gustavo's clapping Philip Lahm. It was a wonderful pullback from the right back.
Now Robin. Toni Kroos. Well, that's a lovely ball through from Muller, and Robin's away here. It's Arjen Robben, and that's a great save.
And for the first time tonight, it was a brilliant bit of play by Bayern Munich. Muller's backheel pass caught Arsenal out. They're up the pitch, but Carl Jenkinson's recovery...
Controlled it with his arm. And frustration, he hit it against the advertising hoarding, and what a ridiculous booking that is. And Robin looking for the top corner.
He's always going to
try. Dortmund are in the semi-finals of that competition. They're 3 league wins away from claiming the domestic title. Chamberlain steering it through. Jenkinson trying to get a run on against Dante. Goal kick given.
The Arsenal players aren't happy.
Gervinho pulls it back. Cazorla. Gervinho on the turn! And it's agonisingly wide.
His touch, his turn, just his finish let him down. Van Boyten there, look at them, puzzled. It's not in the script, this. It's just a
battle there, nerves down now. Gomez has had to check his run because he was offside. Robin has run into Per Mertesacker, who to his disbelief is going to get a yellow card.
I've got some sympathy with him because he just looked to me like Robin.
Rosicky. And Van Boyten is tripped by Santi Cazorla. And if Arsenal... And they have done!
Oh dear.
It really is on now!
There's a scuffle on. It's what... Get stuck in, lads. You've got a game.
And for the 8th year running, Arsenal's trophy cupboard is bare. For the 2nd year running, it's a near miss in an attempt at a Champions League turnaround. They were within sight of the glorious comeback here against Bayern Munich. An early goal from Olivier Giroud, a late goal from Laurent Koscielny, but in the end it wasn't enough. Arsenal exit the Champions League, 2-0 on the night to Arsenal. 3-3 overall on aggregate, but Bayern Munich through on away goals.